Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by InTheMoneyStocks. Today is July 6, 2016. My name is Nick Santiago. Thank you all for tuning in today. All right, looking at this market this morning, we do have the S&P 500 E-mini futures trading down again by 12.5 points. Right now, the futures are at 2070.5 per contract, and that tells us one thing. There's problems in Europe, there's problems around the world, and people are in fear once again. So we'll see how this market all plays out and trades out, but the reality of it is you have European bank stocks down again. You have European markets down really across the board, and that is weighing on markets this morning. Also last night, I believe we had the Asian markets under some pressure as well. The only Asian market that really carved out a gain was the Shanghai Composite, and that was up about a little over 0.3%. But you did have Japan down, you had the Hang Seng down, you had Singapore down, you had the Sensex down. So markets were weaker, and today we have Europe down. So again, this is seems to be a recurring theme, but we are starting to see our bounce starting to disappear a little bit this morning. So we'll see how this all plays out. But there are some stocks in the news. Let's get over to the first one on the board. It's WBA, which is Walgreens Boots Alliance, better known as Walgreens Drugs. And what you're going to see here is the stock is trading at $82.80 a share, closed at $83.50. So stock is trading down a little bit after earnings, but nothing horrible here. There looks to be a little minor support around $81.14, and if the stock does happen to get down to around $77.50, I would look for an intraday bounce around that level. So keep that level on the radar. Now moving up with Walgreens today, I believe, is Rite Aid. Rite Aid is catching a little bit of a bid. Closed at $7.30. Stock is now trading at $7.40. The news here is simply that Walgreens is going to close their merger. So looks like that deal is going to go through very soon. So stock's upticking a little bit. Not really that big a deal. Let's take a look at Tesla this morning. Looks like they're in the news. Looks like their autopilot feature had a crash that turned into a fatality. The stock right now is trading at $209.60. It looks like Tesla said they reported it to the government. We'll see what comes out of it. I'm not really too sure here. But when you look at the stock, it closed at $213.96 last night. Today it's trading at $209.60. So again, we will have Tesla on the radar this morning, and we'll watch that pretty closely. I am seeing some support around 201 if it does get there. So we will be looking at this in the intraday stock chat room, as always, as we play this stock quite often. And we will be looking at that today. So again, keep Tesla on the radar. Right now, I would say I'm looking more around the 201 level for a potential move. I know that's far away, it seems, but this stock can move, and it can move quickly. Let's take a look at Apple. Looks like Apple came out with some news saying that they are no longer going to make a 16 megabyte phone. All their phones are going to be 32 megabytes, and that's not really moving the stock. Stock closed at $95.02. It is now trading at $94.50. One stock that could move off this news, though, is QRVO, which is Corvo. And you're going to see the stock is actually already gapping up. So it's trading really on no volume, but it is up a little bit. Keep that one on the radar today. That could trade up on that news from Apple. We have some downgrades here that are kind of notable. Netflix, I believe, was downgraded this morning. Stock is trading at $94.86, closed at $97.91. So Netflix is under a little bit of pressure. Again, we'll be looking to trade that this morning. We do see some levels out here. Juniper, I believe, is also downgraded this morning. Stock closed at $22.06, trading at $21.64. So some notable downgrades there. I don't know if we should make too much out of it. Some stocks that are getting hit today really include the European bank stocks. Deutsche Bank closed at $13.40, trading at $12.66. That's a huge move lower. That is problematic. Credit Suisse also trading lower, closed at $10.26, now trading at $10.09. Then you have RBS, which is Royal Bank of Scotland. This closed at $4.27, now trading at $3.96. So these are some big moves lower in the European bank stocks. Just about everything coming out of Europe is trading lower as well, so you want to be a little bit careful there. We have the British pound, I believe, sinking this morning again. If you take a look at the British pound against the dollar, it is starting to come off of the lows, but this did make new lows overnight, broke the 128 level, now trading at 129.65, so it has recovered a little bit, but that is worth keeping on the radar today, and we will be looking at that in the intraday stock chat room. Gold stocks are sharply higher this morning. You do have gold up 13.5 points, or $13.5 to $1,372 an ounce. If you take a look at the GLD this morning, you'll see that's trading at 130.80, closed at 129.44. So that's a good move for gold. Gold mining stocks are sharply higher. If you take a look at the GDX this morning, you'll see this is trading at $30.15, closed at 29.64. Notable names such as Newmont Mining, higher before the opening bell. Goldcorp also higher before the opening bell. So gold stocks are catching a bid. They are a little bit stretched on the charts here, but nonetheless, gold continues to hold up very, very well as of late, with all of the news coming out of Europe and elsewhere around the world. Looking at oil futures this morning, oil got hit yesterday. Looks like crude is trading down 56 cents a barrel today to $46.03 a barrel. Let's take a look here at the USO, which is a good oil ETF. You're going to see this is trading at 11.02, closed at $11.19 yesterday. So oil starting to sell a little bit more. We'll see how that plays out. The energy sector could weigh on the markets this morning. We'll keep that on the radar a little bit later. All right, I think I covered everything that I wanted to get through. It's not a big day today as far as earnings, but earnings season is coming around the corner, so be aware of that. And again, we'll look at this and much, much more in the intraday stock chat room this morning once we begin. We've had a great 2016. If you want to come over to trade with us, take a 7-day free trial to the intraday stock chat, and you'll see what it's all about. We're having a sensational year, and we're going to look to keep that going today. With that being said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading session. Right now, futures are down about 13 points, so we will open up with some volatility, and when we get volatility, that means we get trade action. With that being said, everybody, have a great trading session, and we will see you on the charts.